to set up. That is very, very strange. Never ever done that before, but don't even know if we're in or not. Well, that was very weird. Very, very weird setting up. So, how do you know if someone's in or not? I don't even know if I'm in or anyone can see me. I don't even know. I've never used StreamYards before. You can see me. Hi, Matt. Want to jump in the box, Matt? Feel a bit lonely. uh, I'm a bit lonelier. I'm still new to all this stuff. It's a bit very weird to use as well. I'm literally lost. Very, very lost to this thing. Let me. First time. Send the link to your Matt. I don't even know how to use this StreamYard thing, but we'll give it a go. I guess it can't be that bad, I guess. I'm not too sure. Oh, comment in, wait. Oh, comments are actually showing. Wow, I didn't know they show on there. First time using this. I was looking for something in one of the folders, but that should be. Yeah, I'm a bit like testing this out because I've not ever used this before. And we're going to give it a go. Everything's everywhere at the moment. I don't even know what any of my folders are. It's the worst thing about it. Or... notes, no. Where the hell is everything? I still don't know where anything is. Well, try this out for the first time and see how we get on. So who comes in? I've got 5 people watching at the moment. Drop a comment and then tell us who's in. Hi, Matt. Hi, Chelsea. So I know you're in there. Hi. Still getting used to it. Hi, David Drones Adventures. Oh, hi, Matt. How do I do it? Add to... Is that how I do it? Ah, hello.
Yeah.
Oh.
How are you doing?
Oh, good, mate, you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
Hit 1K over the weekend.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Hi. Yeah, it's a bit weird. This it's like I was like, how do you get into staging? And I was like, I didn't understand. I've never ever used it before.
Yeah, it's quite simple. They keep it simple so that people like us can use it.
But yeah, it's true. I've only used Twitch before, and that's it. And what's the other? Oh, there's another one, isn't there? I can't remember what it's called. Streamlabs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Streamlabs is a bit more technical, but yeah.
yeah. I've just get my head around that. But that was like years ago when I had the old PC. But where's Mick at then? Let's try and get Mick in as well. I don't even know if he's in the invite. Let's have a look. Let's try that. I've sent Mick the link. I did send Melissa it, but she said she can't.
And you've got a few people in the chat. You've got Blistering Barnacles Adventures,
Yeah.
Drones David's Adventures, David's Drone Adventures.
Anyone want to come up in the box? More than welcome. Give it first send. I'll have to link them, I. Is that how you do it? Ah, that's how you do it. I'm definitely getting used to this.
So you get in then, see whether you get any porn stars.
How's your day been, Matt?
All right, yeah, I've been editing videos today, so
Caught up with all the editing now, so I don't have nothing to edit. I've got a load of drone stuff, of course, to slap on the other channel, but high ASC. Used to double on it.
yeah, your audio's just gone weird, like you've lost your mic or something.
Hold on. Can you hear me? 1, 2. Oh,
Yeah,
there we are.
yeah,
Yeah, it's weird because of course I'm using Scarlett.
right.
I'm using Scarlett for my mic and putting it out, but the webcam sometimes tries to kick it in, but I turn it off in the settings. Hopefully it don't kick in again.
Okay.
Annoying.
You've got ASC Adventures.
Hi ASC. That's gonna come in. Oh, it feels really weird being on the stream. I'm used to TikTok a little bit, but that's only because I used to do it a lot, but I've never done it on here. I don't know, I was trying to look for something I couldn't find. I don't know anything. I don't know where anything is, to be honest. I've just cleaned my computer up. I don't even know where anything is.
Yeah.
Bluetooth still playing up on the PC, Matt? What do you reckon that could be?
What, Bluetooth not working?
Yeah, because of course back in, I think it's one of the lives I've done. Hi Jason, welcome to the channel. Yeah, I when accidentally put in my Type C into the Type A in it. I think it's called Type A, normal USB. I accidentally touched it accidentally, and it turned the whole computer off. So I don't know if I don't know. It comes in now and again, but it don't always stay on.
Well, you can always plug a Bluetooth card in and disable it off the hardware in the BIOS, turn it off in the BIOS and put a card in.
Yeah, I could do that. I didn't think of that. Could be a way, actually. It's annoying, really, but I don't know. It's computers for you, isn't it?
Yeah. There's always something happening.
Yeah, it's weird because my Wi-Fi works, but my Bluetooth, but they're both on the same bit of the board. It's a bit interesting.
You could try some different drivers, see if there's any updated drivers for it. Might stabilize it.
Could do. Just wondering who else I can send the link out of, Matt. Bear with me. Who else can I send it? Trying to pull some people in. Yeah, I've caught up with all the editing and just cracked on with it today. It's just a bit easier, it's out of the way. Mick's slowly catching up.
Yeah, I got stacks I got to do.
Wow. Oh.
I just put a little advert saying you're over here, so you might get a few more people.
Thank you, Matt. I've just invited your Y-Man Joe as well. Yeah.
Mixed in the chat, so he might come on in a minute.
Maybe. Hi, Richard. Yeah, this is.
Where were you on the weekend then? I thought I was expecting just to see you come down and do some stuff like.
Seeing little man. Seeing little man, be honest.
Oh
Oh,
well, you've got to do that, I suppose.
yeah, bit sticky one. Hi, Mick.
Hey, we've got Natalie, Lucy, Alice. I haven't seen you for a while. How are you doing?
Cool. Yes, different. Don't know. Just like don't know. I don't. I want to get into Witch Asylum, but everyone's. Don't know. Every time we go there, we never get in. Like me and Mick always tries, but that'd be. I want to try again.
Yeah. Well, if you don't try, you don't do. So yeah. I mean, I've done it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's got a lot harder now. So I'm not so keen to go down and be defeated. But
Yeah. It'd be a nice, interesting one if I. Well, yeah. I do. I do say I do like the old asylums, but sometimes defeated a bit. I don't like. Definitely, there's dogs involved.
it's definitely a good one to do if you can get in there.
Yeah. Be interesting. I'll have to try and see what videos people's put out and try and see how they've got in, or see if I've left a clue or something.
Yeah.
Because that'd be
I think if you could get a ladder up over the back, and get in, then you probably be in a sort of courtyard that you can get inside places. But
yeah. I know I tried a couple years back with a friend of mine. That we tried bribing the security. Actually, be honestly, truth, and he was just like, no, 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 no. And then next week we turned around and more of them turned up. I was like, we've definitely pissed them off on this. But
oh dear.
yeah, they turned up with more, and we just left then, and just left it as that. But and then I went down with Mick again and tried, and then it just didn't go well. Just the dogs is the more worrying part, but
Yeah.
they can't even control the dogs and security down there. When the last time I went down, the guy nearly got chewed up himself. To be honest, the truth.
Mm.
So that didn't go down well. But yeah, it'd be nice to try that. Be honest, again, be very interesting. Don't know. They've start doing the work down the bank down in town now as well. So
Which
that's
one's that?
by Union Street.
All right.
They've started doing work. They got fencing around it. They're removing all the asbestos at the moment, so it won't be long. I reckon they'll pull it down. I reckon.
Which one? Which? That's not St. Nicholas Market Way, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh right. Bloody hell.
They got fencing. Me and Mitch we went down there the other day. They had all fencing around it. I was like, God's sake. The only one side I ain't been in is the opposite side. I've been in the other side, but it would be nice to get into that one. But it's just a bit
Mm.
possible now. They're digging out all the asbestos. I guess they're going to leave a door open one day or later and then sneak in that way.
Mm. Somebody wants to see you get naked, apparently, in the chat.
No, fortunately, I don't do that. Hi, Cragen. I don't do that stuff. But this is
Hey.
not. This is not called OnlyFans, all right?
Mm. Craig and Ghost Hunter. Hello, how you doing, man?
Yeah, we don't do OnlyFans on there. I get restricted for that.
Yeah, he's only just got to 1,000.
Yeah, I've been banned for watch hours for like 2 years. I think it's 2 years. So I've done copywriting on there. I didn't realize, but yeah, that's not the best option. Maybe, yeah, understanding the rules now, not to do what not you're not meant to do, what you do. Understanding the YouTube rules.
Mm. Bexy is on. Hello.
Hi.
Where's Mr. Spanner then?
Yeah, Mr. Spanner, get in the box. Come on.
Hey, Neil Pearson. Hello.
Hi, Neil. don't know. It's a bit. They all like now. They put the Temple Mead. The Temple Mead's Grover Hotel got put up for sale, and then they ripped it down again. I don't know what he's up to. He's bringing it up and down on the sell page.
Well, Mick's not coming up because he's got editing. Well, I could be editing if I wasn't on here as well.
Come on, Mick. It's only for an hour. Come and jump up. But Mick don't really go live anymore. Don't. He needs to start going live with his 1,000 and a half.
He's a spanner, isn't he?
Too camera shy.
Yeah. I seem to have I dashed my head on something on the weekend. Don't know what I did it on.
Ooh. Ouch. That's not good. I seen when I seen your video with Mick going for the hole, I thought, oh, he's gonna get stuck. I thought he's gonna get stuck in that one underground.
Yeah.
Start laughing, be honestly, truth. Hi, Gav.
Hey, Gav.
But yeah, I started laughing on that. It was pretty funny, to be honest. I was like, he's gonna get stuck.
Luckily, somebody'd opened up the hole quite a bit since we went there last. Somebody's been digging.
It would have been more. I don't know, to be honest. I like winding up Mick when he goes through tight holes. It's funny. I shouldn't really, but I liked winding him up. It's banter. It's all about banter. But yeah, it's all right. Anyone's welcome to come up if you want. That changed quick. Hold on, bear with me. Hi, Gav. Anyone's welcome to come up in the box.
We got 30 people watching. That's quite good.
Yeah, shocking. A bit.
I'm gonna get a can of beer then. I'll be back.
That's right, mate. Hi, Freakus Radio. Come in the box if you want, mate. Just hit 1K over the weekend. Really happy. Videos are booming as well. Got a lot of videos coming out. A lot of different ones as well. Then yeah. Went to town the other day. Went round looking for some of the old buses around the M shed as well. That was entertaining. I wonder what that was. That was on there. I wonder what that noise was in, Chelsea. I was like, I was like, what the hell? I thought it was one of the invite boxes.
Oh, here we go. Got some food.
Yeah. And not long now. I'm thinking, well, get out a weekend and do something. I said to Mick about going down south ways. I don't mind. Do something down there. Something different in Wales, I guess. And Brum and
Nocturnal Frequency Radio from Canada.
Yeah. It's wait. Yeah, I messaged the community to do that pub around the corner from me as well because they wanted to do the replace the roof. I don't understand that. I guess they would have bought it then. I guess the pub around the corner. Yeah, they said, we're gonna replace the roof. I said, well, I got drone footage if that's any handy to you. They said you can use it whatever you want to do with it. She went, oh yeah, that'll help us replace that roof now. And I was like, have it, do what you want with it. I said, I've done my bit. I've done my revisit anyway. But I don't know. I don't understand that. I thought they couldn't replace it. The locals. I don't even know how that works.
Mm, mm.
I thought they got to buy it for that. But I know the woman bought it, and then she said she wanted to convert it because she don't get what she wanted. She just didn't bother doing anything with it. Oh, someone's vibrating me. But I don't know how that works.
Yeah, Mick's saying I left him to go and get a McDonald's. I did because I just dropped him off at
Yeah.
an underground tunnels, and I thought, oh, they're going to be about half an hour. So I just popped off to the local McDonald's and got, and then they came out. They were out, and they were like, "Oh, we're out. We're ready. We're waiting." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Can't go wrong for a bit underground. It's all right. Bit underground in. It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
But don't know.
at the Colston deep level shelter, which was used as a optics lens manufacturing factory underground.
It makes like Jack cuddled me. Oh, Wyman Joe. Oh, Mick get a cuddle, did you? Or was it the other way around? Was it Mick cuddling Jack? He got scared.
Right. How you doing, Joe?
One of the two. We would never know.
Yeah, we went and did this. Sorry, we went and did this school yesterday as well,
Yeah.
and it was all open, and there were cameras there, but they didn't do anything. But apparently, somebody's been there, and it's all been locked up now. Everything's been locked, so they must have been putting some batteries in the cameras so they operate now. And
Yeah.
mm.
That's weird. That is weird. That
So
is.
maybe they were on, but they didn't do anything when we were there.
Yeah, maybe they're running low, and then I don't understand with the PIR cameras. It's just like they're not the best to do. Okay, they might do the job, but they're not the. If the battery dies and you can't get out there for a couple of weeks, you're basically screwed.
Yeah,
And
or where it was, it took them such a long time to get out to sort of kick anyone out. We'd been explored it and gone by the time they were even sort of like probably halfway there.
yeah, yeah, it's like that. Porter's head care room. See, they don't always check it, so they don't. The alarm goes off. The guy don't really come out, and see, just don't bother. It's like that's been open for weeks now, and they haven't probably done anything with it.
Mm.
That's a bit like. It makes like maybe because my stickers are on the cameras. Your sticker gets everywhere. It was all over the Jubilee cameras. Turn around, they're all over that. It's, I remember that. That Jubilee one was actually pretty awesome when I first ever explored that with Mick,
Yeah.
and that got freaking smashed up.
Which one's the Jubilee then? Don't know.
Down the A38. I think if I said that right, Mick. Am I right on that one? Is it the A38? I swear that's where it is. Me and my direction's not the best. I swear that's what it is. Who's just had a weird email. But oh, getting spam now. Oh, PayPal spam.
Oh dear.
Reset password. Oh god, here we go.
Spastic stalkers. Mm.
It started. Well, they can try and get in that one. Honestly, I can't even get in it myself. Actually, to be honest, I forgot to change the phone number. That happens a lot. Mix that I told you earlier. I know. It's that old one anyway. I don't even know why they try it because at the end of the day, I can't even get in it. That's they are fun because it's like five resets. They're fun. Carry on. It's just PayPal
Carry
lock it down.
carry on all night. It just doesn't make a difference. No.
No, if I can't get in it, they're not going to get in it.
Mm.
I've been very, very shocked, be honestly, truth, and that's because I've changed my phone number so many times I forget to change the PayPal. It's always about right, but that's just me all over. That is, yeah, that's just me. Anyone else want to come up in the box?
Somebody's asking, "Are you going to get out on a boat with me?" I might take it out.
It's up to Matt. I don't mind. I've been on a boat for ages. I think the last time I was on a boat was I was young. I think. No, it was, oh, is this? How do I? Ah, hello.
Oh, here he is.
Hello, Dave. Hello, Dave.
Hello.
What's you on about Titanic, Mick? What do you mean? Hi, Jackie. Oh, everyone's coming in.
Mr. Joe.
Hello. Hello, Matt. Hello, Dave. Hello, Dave the Reeve.
Looks like you've had a fresh buzz cut there, Mr. Joe.
Oh, disaster. It was a disaster, Matt. I put the wrong gold on the clippers.
I started the back, I went bowling. So I had to do the rest of the scene.
I need a haircut now as well. Still my head, to be honest.
Used to be worried for this heat that's supposed to be coming.
Yeah, I get Chelsea to do my hair. Just like gives her the razors, then carry on.
I didn't mind doing mine, but it's just getting the back in, I mean, so on the third day.
I says, oh no.
Anyway, well done, Dave.
Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah, it took its time. I think I was restricted for a bit, but
I was telling loads of people, can't give him a like and subscribe to him.
He's had his first 1K, so into a gym sock, I heard, but I mean,
Hi, Jackie.
it's just the watch hours next. But yeah, eventually grow anyway. The watch hours.
hello, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
Are you coming up?
Oh God, done that wrong. Oh, what has everyone been up to?
Well, just out exploring. Just doing my usual thing of driving around and exploring places. That's me.
Yeah,
I've
Joe?
been fixing a shop fridge. Underneath, no shop fridges, they have like a trough underneath.
yeah.
Collects the water. It's got a pump that siphons it out through a hose pipe outside.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's got a float on. Well, it's got like a shaft with a ring like that. Goes up and down, a magnet. And it's a reed switch. The reed switch had went in there. Water was just overflowing all the time. So I sorted that out. And then apart from that, I've been looking at this. I need a new battery, an alarm battery. It's it.
Oh yeah. I've got one of them. I've got the one with the screen on it.
I use that for my computer, but obviously the battery's gone, so I'm going to have to get a new alarm battery.
Yeah. Are the battery easy to change in them?
It's just a 12-volt battery, you know, like what you get in alarm panels.
Ah. Yeah, because I bought one, but of course I activated on the software, and it's like, oh, you got 2030. It was like you got to wait till, and you got to change it, and I was like, should I not activate it on the software? Have I done the worst
Mm.
thing right now? Because I've activated 2 of them. It's giving me an expiry date on the batteries now. It's not.
Well, that battery now, I've checked it. I've had them on my bench power supply, and I've been watching the current. It's just not there. It goes to 8 volts. It won't go any higher. It's had it.
Yeah. Well, I thought I lost the microphone, but it landed up in the wash instead.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
ouch.
a funny one over that weekend. Like £60 down the drain, but it's all right. Fuck it, it's gonna happen.
How's that the one you dropped in the water?
Well, I thought I lost it on the Explorer, and I was out with Matt and everyone that weekend, and
Yeah.
I was like, I can't find my mic. I searched in the hotel, I searched all in the bags and everything, and then I realised when we got back, Chelsea ran up. She went, "Oh, I found your mic. It's in the tumble jar," and I was like, "Right, that's gone." I said, "Oh shit!" I said, "So I'll order another one." It's like, yeah, that was. I tried stripping that down. Actually, that went really wrong. I didn't realize you got like. It's weird how just like separate it all up.
Mhm.
Didn't realize how much glue DJI put over it. That didn't go down well. I tried. It turned into a proper mess.
Oh well. One for the bin then.
Yeah, you got to try something new, eh?
What do you think of all these new drone regulations and that?
What new drone regulations?
The new ones that's coming into force. In 2026, you've got to have your flyer ID and your operator. Well, your operator ID goes on there, but you've got to keep your flyer ID on person in case you get stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in 2028, because I've got the Mini 2, it hasn't got it on, but you've got to have a remote ID now on a drone, so that it's so good, so the GPS they can check to see where you're flying. You see,
Oh shit!
all right.
Oh, it's gonna be me.
I know why they're doing it for. It's because of all of these auditors that's going around and looking through
Yeah.
businesses and things like that. I bet that's what's caused it.
Yeah, and someone dropped a stink bomb the other day as well over a group of people. I've seen it on TikTok, so I don't think that's helped much either because people's dropping stuff.
And again, you've got these people that's been trying to fly them in over prisons, haven't you? And also, it'd be to keep an eye on that kind of stuff and all. Well, the prisons anyway have got radars just cut your drone, haven't they? But no, it's you get clogged, that's spoil it for the rest.
People ruin it for us all, didn't they?
Stupid, man.
Well,
I talk about drones.
But mine being 249 grams, the Mini 2, it hasn't got a remote ID on it. They reckon the Mini 3 has, and the 4, Mini 4, is capable of it. But by the time I add another 14 grams on top of 249, it's way past the limit.
Shit.
So now I have to stop paying insurance if I want to do it that way.
You need to have insurance for a drone now. Is that the new law?
No, that's if you go over a certain weight.
Oh,
I looked on the DJI drone, the one what's up for 6K, and I was like, the weight of that, wow, the size of it as well is massive. That drone what DJI selling, I was like to Mick, I said, oh, I found my new toy, and then I was like, Mick's like, yeah, you need the other license. I was like, really? Bigger license again? But I don't know.
I think people would just be flying them and just ignoring it as per usual.
Yeah. People stop they're not bother registering the drones and just can't do it. But they'll probably do something like get in touch with the manufacturers. See, when you if you buy one second hand, you're all right.
Yeah.
Like both be other than
I guess they could screw everyone up, I guess, when you first buy the drone and that's for your license. That would screw a lot of people up, to be honest. That would be a screwer. If people's carried on being silly with it, I guess like they probably will eventually, I reckon. But I watched something today that all about bringing e-scooters. So with the e-scooters now, they're all trying to fight in the House of Commons to bring it in force, so you can actually insure them and tax them.
Mm.
But then a lot of them saying no, they don't want them, and a lot of them saying they want them. So it's a bit like make your mind up and pick what you want.
Well, I think it's if they want to get people to not drive to work and use, efficient electric devices, they've got to allow it.
It'd be yeah, because I'm trying. Yeah, it'd be pretty better if they insure them than driving around legally.
If you think about it, motorbikes need to be insured, but they're combustion engine, so that's why. I mean, push bikes don't need insurance or anything like that, But I think they would try. I know Northern Ireland. I think you have to have a license, but your license your moped CBT covers
Yeah.
your actual. Would you call it your electric bike? But
AM.
it says your electric bike is like an electric car. Just because it's electric doesn't mean it's if it's being propelled by anything other than pedal power, then it's like your electric cars, or they're still a car. They still have to be taxed and insured.
True. Like I because I got motorbikes, I pay like what 25 quid for the tax. That's nothing really. So if they'd done that on probably scooters, they'd probably be like laughing in one way because then you wouldn't have no problem with the police, and then just insure it probably whatever the insurance would be. But
The good thing about the CBT is if you get a CBT, I don't know what it's like in England. The CBT, I think that's throughout the whole UK. If you have a CBT, you can ride anything up to a 125. I don't know if
yeah,
it
that's right. Yeah.
does it include geared bikes. Can you have a geared bike up?
If you go automatic, then no. But if you go on a manual side of it and do it properly in manual, then it covers it both. It's the same as a car. So if you put auto, you'd be screwed to drive a geared.
So you would still need an actual bike license to have a geared bike, even if it was below 125.
You would have to take the AM as again, but on the manual side of it.
I've never been on a bike, an actual motorbike, ever.
I can drive gears, but it's one of them that I never took my test on a manual. I took my test on an auto, so I can only drive auto bikes. And then everyone was like, "Well, you should have done all a manual." And I was like, I looked on insurance. They wanted about £1,000 for me to insure a manual bike, but when I went auto, they only wanted 350, and I was like, so a lot of price difference. So I'm like,
What's the
yeah,
biggest
like screws you up.
get though? I mean,
That's
what's
stupid, that.
you can get? Is it what 200cc or something like that?
Not too sure. I've only done the AM side of it. I keep doing that every 2 years, but would have been just easier to do a theory test, but it's just me for you.
What's that? Yeah.
I've had, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4 CBTs, I think. So every time I turn up, the guy's like, "Not you again." I was like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry." Like, I literally like not doing the theory. But I reckon eventually, I might change it because all the Uber drivers are doing the same. They're driving on AM, and then going back after 2 years to carry on. But I don't know. I reckon he might change it eventually because, of course, they're going to get fed up with probably Uber drivers doing the same. But
Well, what AM did you say? Was it AM? What's that?
AM is just so you basically go around cones, get to know the controls of the bike, and then just go on the road for probably an hour, 2 hours, and then just make sure you don't like be dangerous on the road. If you can pass, then they'll just give you the little bit of paper, and then you can drive anything till 125 up to 2 years with no theory tests.
Pretty much just like a CBT. But if you
Yeah,
do the CBT, you do the theory test.
theory test is only for the AM. No, A1, A2, and A. If I think I got that right, I think that's what it is.
A1's the big bike, isn't it? Like you can drive
Yeah,
it.
A1's for taking L plates off and carrying passengers. Where I should have went for the AM and no A1 and then took my L plate off, but I didn't decide to do that.
They say that it's a really good feeling being on a bike, but I've never ridden a bike ever.
It is a good fun. Even Matt will tell you it's good fun.
Do you have a bike license, Matt?
Yeah.
Wow. I know I've seen you in that 360. I was going to get a 360 camera, but so you've got a big bike license, so you can drive the big super bike things.
Well, I got the one that's, is it up to 500? Something like that. I can't remember what it was now, but yeah. But the theory's easy. It's not. I'd recommend just doing it, man. It's not that hard.
I get 100% on the theory for the driving. Because when I went there, it was 35 questions, you had to get 30 right. And I remember I did the theory. Basically, you get a book, and the pool of questions that you get is from the 1,000 something questions. So the questions are out there. And I just went to the AA or the RAC, and I just bought the book, and I just read it, and just it gives you the answers, and I just self-tested myself constantly, just non-stop until eventually. And I went in, and when I sat the test, I was on the way back out, and the guy went, "Oh, you're a smart arse, aren't you?" And I went, "What do you mean?" He said, "You get every one of them right." So it's luck, really. Because all it takes is, even though you pass, but all it takes is for you to get one wrong, and you're 100%. But I get every one of them right.
I was doing my car theory last year, and I start getting one away each time, and wish I kept up with it, to be honest. But I just dropped back on it, and then haven't bothered since last year.
So the theory for the car is it like 100 questions, and you need to get like 80 right or something?
50. No, it's not. 43, I think, on 44, 43 on questions, and then hazards is the same, I think, if I'm rightly.
I'd probably fail that miserably. I don't know what a hazard is. A hazard to me is like, not looking at the sell-by date on a packet of sausages. I do not. I have a very relaxed attitude towards road safety. That's why I've had so many accidents. I've had more hits than the Beatles.
No,
The hazard thing was just like watch a computer, and it just shows you a video. And when something is a potential hazard, could be coming up, like somebody walking out, into the road, and you just click the mouse, like, oh, there's something could happen there, like a car could pull out of a junction, in front of you. So it's a hazard. So you click it, and it's just like, oh, something could happen here, something could happen there, something could happen here.
Yeah. My friend did it, and he was saying that statistically there's so many hazards, and it's like he just kind of just clicked it and just took fucking potluck. And I was saying, if you just click it and take potluck, there's a chance you might just pass it. You know what I mean? Rather than, because a lot of the time I only ever did that when I went to the buses, because I'd had my driving license, and I went to the bus depot, because they train you to drive buses and all that. So I went to the bus depot, and I says, "Look, I've got my license. I want to kind of do the test." And they're like, "Well, we'll see what you're like on the hazard perception on the computer." But I hadn't done that before, and I did it, and they were, "Oh, you're pretty good." Then they took me out in a minibus. We'll see how your actual practical driving is. Took me out in a minibus, and the guy just took one look at me after 20 minutes and went, "No fucking way." It's like, "Wait, I'm not letting you anywhere near a minibus, never mind a 30 to 20-ton bus, forget it. Goodbye." But I mean, things can change. I have thought about going back to my health is not. I could. It's £15 an hour.
has the car theory gone up now, I think, on it as well? I don't know, too sure. I know I got to download the car theory app again and get back on it, but I swear it went back up now, car theory. They said it was going to put the price up again. Didn't know what they're doing.
£15 an hour is not enough to live and fucking have a house though with it, is it?
No, it's not a lot of money, Matthew. It's not, but yeah. if you're doing 60 hours a week, you probably could get by, I think.
Mm. It's a lot of hours, though, isn't it?
Yeah. 10-hour shift, 6 days a week, you might only get one day off. So, I mean, yeah, it is. It's long hours. And then you need to deal with the public as well.
Wow. Yeah. And or the public, if they're not in a good mood and they start as well on the buses, a bit.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
man. Yeah, the public are not exactly the best people to deal with. Oh, my tea.
I think
Oh, I forgot a cup of tea. I forgot about that.
I got on a bus the other day and I forgot that they brought the metro bus in, but I forgot that you can't get on the metro bus unless you buy the ticket on the stand. And I said to the driver, I said, "Can I buy it on the bus?" He said, "No, you got to buy it on that machine behind me." He's like, "I'm not allowed to wait for you," and he drew off. And I was like, "God's sake, wait for another one then."
Oh, some of them are pricks. I mean, I got on once and I've got like a bus pass. And I went and I got on with my friend and we were just getting on and I went, put the card on the wee machine. And I went, one please plus my companion. So I've got a companion card as well. And it was like one in my companion. I went, and he just lost it. And he went, it's one concession plus one companion for a single journey. And it was just been a total crack. And I just went, what's your problem, pal? But I kept it together and I just thought, let the baby have his rattle. He's obviously had a bad day. The bus was chock-a-block.
Yeah.
And I thought, I just cannot be bothered arguing with you, pal. But it's beneath me. You're just getting involved with an argument with a bus driver over terminology and what you say when you put your little card on the machine. Go away. Stop annoying me.
Mm. Are you in a hospital then, Dave?
Yeah, I'm in a hospital. Yeah.
All right. You stuck in there then?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I'm in the Glasgow Royal Infirmary.
What are you in for?
Fluid in the lungs, liver infection, and I've had a fever. My temperature when I came in A&E was 39.8.
Oh shit. That's not
And,
good.
Yeah.
and also have kidney stones as well, but they were causing me pain.
Matt had them, didn't you, Matt?
Mm. So they got you on a treatment that's going to sort you out, or?
Well, they were reckoning that I had 3. They've scanned me. They scanned me and went, well, the kidney stones are like they reckon 1's away, but they've got 2 that are literally kind of just in the tube on the left hand side, just almost ready to enter the bladder. So we don't really know. But they said, well, test your blood today. And because they put me on nil by mouth, 12 midnight to the day, and they went, well, you're not eating anything. And then we'll test your blood. And if there's any infection markers, then we'll just operate. But then they just went, no.
These for medicine?
Yeah, my medic. Well, yeah, I brought medication. I must be. But yeah, they're just, yeah. So, am I getting my meds just now?
Uh-huh.
Right.
I'm still coming.
Right. Am I getting my antibiotics?
I'm assuming. All the way done.
What?
Stopped him, I think.
All right. Yeah, well, thank you anyway. So they don't know what they're going to do, but the markers came back, and well, you've not got any infections. So as if the pain goes away, we'll just release you. I'm just going to need to see the gastroenterologist because if it's the right hand side, it's my liver, so my liver's pretty much damaged as well. So I've got quite a lot of things wrong with it.
So they don't know what caused the liver damage then?
It's been caused by non-alcoholic fatty liver disorder. I had primary biliary cholangitis, which is basically where the immune system doesn't recognise the bile ducts on the liver, so it attacks the bile ducts. So I get medication to actually thin down the bile acid that comes out the liver. And I thought that that's what was causing the cirrhosis, but it's actually non-alcoholic fatty liver disorder that's causing the cirrhosis.
Mm.
Oh,
Well,
didn't sound clever, that.
hope you get better soon.
Well, I hope I can slow it down because, I was watching a thing called Sugar, the Bitter Truth, and it's all about this guy's an MD, American guy. He's a professor, and he did an hour lecture. He was talking about how high fructose corn syrup and how it's in America and it's in nearly every single thing, and it was just getting into the details of how the calories went down and people were eating less fat, but they were still suffering really bad problems and stuff, and it was because they were putting all sorts of sugar and stuff in the food. And it was just saying about how bad sugar is. It's like a poison. Sugar is a poison. It really is. It's very, very bad for you.
Yeah,
That's why I don't
certainly
drink.
is.
Go on. That's why I don't drink a lot of like monsters and stuff no more. I just don't. Just drink Sneak Energy. It's all natural stuff in it. But I give up all the sugar because
These energy drinks are loaded with sugar. I mean, I think I'm not going to mention brand names, but I think there's one out there. I think it's like 6 teaspoons of sugar and one of soda drinks, these cola drink things.
I drink energy drinks that don't have any sugar in them, so
Some of them can be a lot worse though. Matthew, with was it aspartame and something else? I like the other things that they put in them.
I don't drink aspartame. I have sucralose.
cool. That's mad. I mix. I only drink water. I drink water, but it's just mixed with energy drink powder. There's 0 sugar in it. But it's not cheap. Honestly, truth. It's like 30 quid per tub, but it's not cheap.
There's a drink out there. It's. I think you had it, Matthew. It's something 40 or G40. It's like a green slimy stuff, but it's supposed to be really good for you.
AG1. It's just vitamins, basically.
Is that any good? Would that be good for people that can't eat certain foods?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's healthy, so it's a healthy supplement. So drink that every day, but just to make sure I got the right vitamins in my system.
Yes.
Nitrinium is saying, "Do I see you?" Yes, I can see your comment. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, saw me on with Sir Tony Robinson. Yeah. It was on TV, was it, today? Bloody hell. Repeats.
Is that the guy what goes up to London and that?
He played Baldrick, did he know?
Baldrick from Blackadder.
So you actually had a pint with him. When was that?
God, years ago. Talking about crop circles.
He's quite privileged getting to meet celebrity people, Matthew. You've met Buzz Aldrin as well on The Big Breakfast, have you know?
Mm-hmm.
What was he like as a person generally? Was he okay?
Only saw him briefly on the show, and he wasn't very happy because I was saying that they faked some stuff with the moon landings. I did actually say I think he went to the moon, but I think they've faked the photos. But
Oh.
That's a good point because I watched a debunking thing. If you've ever watched that thing, I'm not so sure. It's called Mythbusters.
Yeah.
And I was watching it because I didn't believe it, and I kind of thought, yeah, right, the flag doesn't wave without wind and the moon. And I watched it, and it was all kind of explained, and it was like, yeah, as part of, it was just debunked, and it's like, it's just, I do believe that they went now. I never used to.
Yeah, he wouldn't shake my hand.
Oh.
I sort of came on. I went to shake his hand, and he just went away. And I was like, okay, fair enough.
What was that about?
And then there was the way you were treated with the food as well. They didn't say they try to keep you away from the buffet or something. And you're like, I just want a cup of coffee or a sausage roll. And they were like, no, that's for VIPs. And you're like, fucking hell.
Yeah. What, like, you mean the people you invite to come on the show? Like, yeah. Right.
What do you mean?
That's. You see, when you greet someone, you always meant to shake their hand. That's a bit like weird.
Mm.
It is weird.
Who knows? Maybe he'd one day funny handshakes. Who knows?
Well, he is a 33-degree Freemason, and he planted a Freemasonic flag on the moon, which didn't tell the public they were doing that whilst they were up there.
Oh,
Well, I
interesting.
actually knew that, but I didn't know that Aldrin was a Mason. I knew Neil Armstrong was. Never knew what Aldrin was.
I don't think I didn't know that Neil Armstrong was. I thought he was just Buzz Aldrin.
No, he is, but I don't know what degree he is, but I know for a fact that he is. But Charlie Duke is. Don't know about the rest of them though. But I never knew it was Aldrin. But then again, I know about the flag because my friend's some Freemason, and that's what one of the things he said. He said they actually planted a flag on the moon when they went up there.
His father was a Freemason, but Neil wasn't.
Hmm.
Wow. That's one thing I cannot make is a smoothie, honestly. Every time I try and do it, I actually end up messing up. It goes wrong.
I'm still learning. I just bought
From Jackie's comment about making smoothies, I can never do them.
I just bought a blender there actually, and I was like making smoothies. But to be fair, I was put kiwi in them, and I thought, do you peel kiwis or do you just put them in a blender? I don't know.
I don't know either. Like I tried putting a little bit of water in with it, but it still just don't taste right. I just don't know. I don't know how to make them, to be honest. But
Well, it's coming on.
I buy all the stuff and I'm just like, oh, what do I make? Like I buy all the stuff in to make it, and I just look at it and I'm just like, is this gonna go right or is this gonna go wrong? Is it gonna taste well? Is this? Then I forget it's there, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna get shot for like leaving all the fruit to go off. By the time I realised.
I suppose it depends on the combinations that you're using though. I mean, if you're kind of like putting combinations that wouldn't necessarily go with each other as far as taste is concerned, then you might have problems. But I mean, fruit is perishable generally. So I just decided to buy frozen fruit, which is the same price. It just keeps longer, I think.
Yeah, nitrium or nitrinium. Yeah, Mr. What's his name? Bloody Tony Robinson. He only did bits of the walks that he was filming. They would go and film in a particular place, and then he would drive from car to the next place, and then they'd film there. And then he basically drove down in a Range Rover to the pub when he was supposed to have walked all this way to the pub, and he arrived in his Range Rover. And I said to him, I said, oh, what's all this walking through history then? I said, you've arrived in a Range Rover. He goes, yeah, but the thing is, they have to do so many takes where I'm walking. If you add it up, it's like I have done the walk. And I'm like, yeah, whatever.
He was cheating.
It comes across quite well as well, though, Sir Tony Robinson. I actually like Tony Robinson a lot. I watched the Blackadder sketch recently because I quite like Blackadder, and it was the scene where the firing squad come into the cell, and the turnkey comes in and he's like, "Oh, there's some people want to meet you, Edmund Blackadder," and he's like, "Oh, I'm always happy to meet new people. Thursday, great shot. My diary's quite empty." And they come in, and Edmund Blackadder's like, and who are you? And he's like, oh, you're firing squad, sir. And he's like, he's like, oh, brilliant, being sarcastic. And the head firing squad guy says, we're like the tax man. Nobody likes us, but we're just doing our job. And Blackadder turns around and says, my heart bleeds. And he says, well, we empty, please. It's just the whole scene was just hilarious, and it's like, you know, as we take a pride in the execution service that we provide. Is there any particular part of the body you would like us to aim for? And it's like, how about above my head? It's just mad. It's a really mad scene.
Mm.
I thought it was a really good show.
Cool.
Right, I'm just away for a quick cigarette. I won't be long.
That's right, Joe.
Can you not smoke in the house, Joe?
You what,
Yeah.
sorry?
Can you not smoke in the house, Joe?
Well, Wallace doesn't smoke, so it's unfair. And plus, we've got budgies in the sit room, so
Anyway, I'm going to go because I need to go because my meds will be coming room soon. And then I'll be like, I'm on my meds. The voices are on their way, Matthew. The voices are on their way. Keep taking the medication. Woo. Right.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. All the best. Cheers.
Bye.
Catch you in a bit, mate. Cool. I don't know. I've got to try and use the smoothie machine, try and get onto my healthier fruit. Chelsea, what was that about, love? What was that like? I heard that little like in the background. That's like saying that you're never gonna do it. I don't that donut for ages, to be honest. I ate chocolate gao the other day, but I didn't really eat chocolate that much either anymore. I give that up. Trying to be healthy, got to lose the belly.
Well, you can always do the keto diet thing that I did. I dropped loads of weight really quick.
There was there was like a K3 K something it was. It's like, oh, I'll take this, it will get rid of all the bloating on the belly. So I was like, right, I started that off and I just didn't see the difference. I was like, I give that one up.
Yeah.
But
Well, if you're eating sort of like eggs, hard cheese, bacon, and there's various other things like rocket is like a sort of high in vitamin C, but it's all things that have got protein in them, but they don't have carbohydrates.
yeah.
So if you switch to like high protein diet and only eat proteins, then you'll drop weight really quickly because your body will just burn the fat.
Yeah, because I tried a protein shake with the company who sent me out all the like the energy drink powder. So I thought, I tried it with that, and I tasted the bits. I was like, what the hell was that? And then, but I don't know, to be honest. I maybe should have given it another try, but because of course they give it free every time you make an order, so I'm not too sure to try again and then see where that goes. Because they got all the protein stuff with them as well. Chelsea didn't like the chocolate one. She was just like, that's foul.
But if you like bacon and you like egg and you like cheese, you can just eat that every day. That'll make you lose weight.
Yeah, that's true. Where I go? That was just it. I don't know. I eat a lot of battered chicken and stuff. That don't help either.
Well, the batter isn't good, you know.
I keep getting told by my mates. My mate was like, "No, don't eat batter. Don't eat batter. It's put a load of carbs on you." And I was like, I didn't never know that. Not until I got told.
Oh, it's flour, isn't it? Batter.
Yeah. I like my cakes as well, but I'm just trying to stop it all in a sensible way.
Hey, Anthony James is in. Yeah, the Atkins diet. That is basically keto. That's the same thing as Atkins is keto diet.
Don't know. It's just something different to try. I think. Just don't know. Try and burn it off, but something different to try. I was gonna try to sign up for the gym and stuff, or go swimming now and again, but
yeah, but it again, you've got to do a hell of a lot of exercise to overcome. If you're eating normal foods, you're still eating things that are going to maintain. You'd have to exercise a hell of a lot and it's just a lot easier to just change the food you're eating, and then you don't have to exercise, and you will lose the weight.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so yeah, I might have to do something.
Yeah, there's Dr. Eric Berg on YouTube will explain it all to you.
Yeah.
I will put a link in the chat now if anybody wants to check it out. And
Check the private chat. Oh, hi, Jackie. Sorry. I was just like looking on a website and sorry.
You're
Same time.
Where are the fairies or something?
Yeah, I'm always
Nothing.
I'm always zoned out, be honestly, truth, but
Sorry, say that again, mate.
I'm always zoned out after the time.
Saying nothing.
Now I have
All that
been
sugar you're having. Bleeding heck. Oh dear.
and I'll put the link
Down.
in the chat if anybody wants to look up Eric
I know
Berg.
who he is because I've watched a few of his videos. Yeah, I had to get a new gimbal because my gimbal just like died. Like
Oh,
so I got a new one. It came the next day, so I'm like, yes, it's actually pretty good. It's got a microphone with it as well. I'm like,
is that
yeah.
the Pocket 3?
No, gimbal, not the actual.
Oh, gimbal.
Yeah, gimbal. So got that, and it's got a little microphone with it as well, and everything, and it's a lot lighter than the other one. So the mechanism basically, it wouldn't hold the arm up; it just kept dropping, and it was fully charged and everything. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So that's in the bin. So the new one, it's and it even comes with its own extension at the bottom where you can put it on the stand. Whereas before you actually had to attach one underneath and rotate it on. Brilliant now. So I'm like, yay.
Oh.
And then our washing machine died on Saturday.
It was alright. Chelsea nearly killed the dryer off earlier by getting a bit of the shorts metal bit stuck.
It's better she's better to put them inside out. Like if you have zips in your clothes, turn them inside out. Jeans, you do your zips up, do the button up, and there's less chance of the zip coming down on you. So if you do them, fasten them together in the washing machine, dryer, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
You start learning all these tricks because otherwise you end up everything gets shredded. But ours just made, according to Simon, he said it just made a funny rattling noise. Then a bit of smoke was coming out of it. He opened the trap and he's like, no, there's all bits of plastic inside it. I'm like,
oh,
that doesn't sound good. So yeah, we've got another washing machine coming on Wednesday because we need the washer.
yeah.
So, obviously, it has to be washed, otherwise you smell a bit funky and people won't want to go near you. So
Mine's broken a few times. I just buy the components like the motor and the pump, and I've just fitted it myself. Keep the things alive.
Yeah, well, I don't have anybody as handy as you, Matt. Otherwise, we would have done that. But Simon doesn't do DIY at all.
I wouldn't even know where to start with that, be honestly.
And on a washing machine. Easy.
Quite simple, really. Simple.
Cool.
Well, nobody's ever shown. Mind you saying that, I share it like a bloody leaf, so it's not going to happen. I'll be there.
I was watching
The pump was like 30 quid, and a new washing machine had been like 300 quid.
Mm-hmm.
I've done things like that. I've done that before when I've had. I remember having a dodgy washing machine. This is when I was on my own, and there was something wrong with. I think it was something to do with the glass on the front, and I actually just replaced the door myself. But now I can barely do anything with my hands. It's really flipping stupid. I used to put up shelves and everything. Now I'm lucky to be able to put anything up. You just have to put up with an argument nowadays. I'm terrible.
My mum's got it insured by a company, so of course they come out and deal with it. I think it's like £10 a month, but she's had a lot of call outs because she's every time I go away or go like urbexing on the weekend, I end up getting a phone call saying that she's trapped something in it.
What? Sorry, what's she trapped in? What?
She like traps like little bits into it, and then like the guy's got to come out and block it, or the tumble dryer just stops spinning where something's got caught in it, and it's like
Oh my days.
ringing them out, and they're just like, really? Last time I think I rang them out the first time, and it was just something simple, and the guy's like, really? I was like, yeah, well, you get paid for it, so I ain't
Yeah,
got mad.
exactly. If they're insured, then yeah, they need to get your money's worth, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, it's the same as me. Obviously, my battery's completely died on me mobility scooter, so they're coming this Friday. I'm like, yes, better get it sorted now so I can get back on the thing. I'm bored already.
Yeah.
I was seeing there, going to see it. Was watching Alex Vacant here. Guess what they've done? Same pub what you's done. Where you went to the bar counter and went, oh, look, my Iron Man Joe's been here with the links to use it.
Dear.
I'd have just done that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish more people would fix stuff. I mean, my son's actually took the time, believe it or not. He sits there and watches YouTube videos, and he's done all sorts. He's done flooring. He's learned how to plaster a wall. He's done his own electrics himself. And he's only like, oh, how old is he? He's 34. And he's just basically learned. Because, I mean, his dad was never around to bother doing anything, but he wanted to learn. So it's like, yeah, it's fine. That's good. I mean, like I said, I used to do my own bits of DIY. My hands are just completely cream crackered. So it's like, nope.
It's a good thing, you know, for people to start learning about electricity and electronics. Because it's very
I've done the odd thing for that. I've capped off the electric. We had some electric wires upstairs. And I was looking at it. I thought, right, have a look at this. And it's like, oh, you just put these little, these caps on and everything. And I'm putting them on inside. I was like, oh, I'll get somebody professional out. And I'm like, no, I've read what to do. And I did it. And it's like, right, it's safe now. What's the freaking problem?
Yeah, I know how to move sockets and stuff. I moved my when my mum moved into the house, it was a bit like my bed could only go one way, and I was like, the socket was right next to me. I was punching the socket on the night where I hit out. I ended up freaking turning off the electric, and you can hear it, like, because of course I got my TV and stuff plugged in, and then I leave the TV on, and like I used to sit out on the night, so I was like, oh, I had enough of this. I moved my socket all the way up by my TV, and council come in and said, did you move that? I was like, yeah. She went, oh well, I can't stop you. She went, carry on, do what you want. I was like, I am. You ain't stopping me anyway. I said, you put it in a stupid place. I moved it in a sensible place.
Oh, yeah, they do. It's like in the council houses, you find they'll situate the, obviously this is not council, it's private, but in that they have the light, ceiling lights, and they're too close to the window, and you're like, so what about the rest of the room? So you have this bright bit at the front, and at the back, it's all dark. It's that's just so
the lights are more towards the windows, are they?
Yeah, I find that in the council houses, they do. They have them. They don't have them in the centre.
No, they have them near the windows. There's a reason, because in the olden days they used to do that in houses as well, and there's a reason for that. It's for your shadows when you're undressing, so people can't see your shadows of the curtains. So they used to move the lights towards the window. And if you're on the other side, you can't see the shadows on the curtains. That's what they've done it for.
Yeah, there's only one. This is an older. This is older than the flipping council house. This one, and it's actually in the middle.
It sounds stupid, but that's what they used to do in the olden days.
Yeah, I mean this house. I mean next door, she says hers it was up in the 1800s because hers is slightly older. Because I know some of the houses on here weren't all put up. There was some like gaps in between before they made them on into terraced houses. So I know it was basically her granddad lived in it, and then it was passed down to her. So that house has been in the family a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I know this house was built in 1910.
Changing double sockets when the power's still being on, man. You get used to it. You know what not to touch it. You know what I mean?
This has still got the old, the old wire. The fuse wire.
Oh,
yeah, that's how old. The old fuse wire. So when I first looked, Simon didn't know. I looked at it. I'm like, oh my god! You know how old this is?
That's against the law, actually. Now you've got to have trips now in OCD.
I know, but it's going to cost him a few grand to get it all ripped out, because that means all the flooring's got to come up, all the walls got to get messed up, and it's like, oh.
What you've got to have now is when your tails come out your meter, it's supposed to go through what you call an MCB. That's a double insulator. That's where your land neutral goes in and your land neutral comes out. The earth's all right, doesn't need to go. That just goes to your your earth bar, which goes to your casing if it's a metal casing.
Yeah, well, like I said, it needs an entire rewire, the entire lot, because all the wires are old and everything. It's just going to be so much, and it just needs doing. It's just Simon's actually just said, I've absolutely had enough. He says, I just want to just do this house up and do one. Like, I don't blame you. It seems like it's a money pit at the moment.
It's like, so what was it, like 30k in it for a rewire? That ran that line in it. Some people
Yeah,
charge.
it is stupid amount of money, because I mean this house has got all like what the hell do they call that flooring that they put down?
Laminated.
Yeah, it's all laminated, so it's all in this hallway, in this room I'm in, all in the hallway, downstairs hallway, kitchen, and the back room, because basically that's meant to be a dining area. This is meant to be a front room, and it isn't. Obviously, it's got me computer, my creatures in. So, aquarium, yeah, well, yeah, I know what you mean, Lorenzo. See, yeah, I'm trying to think. Upstairs isn't. No, it isn't. It's all carpeted upstairs. It just needs ripping out and redoing. And the thing is, the DIY has been done badly in this house, because even I'm like, what the hell did they do with the skirting board? Why is the skirting board square to the wall? It shouldn't be. It should not be like cornered off so it fits perfectly. Why is it like that? And it's like even some of the where they've done the flooring, and they've just done it badly. They've just not put any strips to. It just looks awful. I just keep seeing mistakes all the time.
Yeah, the council's not the best at fixing properties either.
Oh, this is not council. This is private house. So it's
bit worse there.
But yeah, exactly. And also they put their own false ceiling in, because obviously these houses are like the ceiling's about 9 foot.
Yeah.
But in the bathroom, they've lowered it, and whatever they've stained the wood, they made it a wood ceiling. They've stained it, and obviously condensation. You're having a shower, you're having a bath, rises, and all the stain on the wood, it runs down the bleeding wall. I'm like, what? Yeah, exactly. It looks so stupid.
Yeah, last year I rang the council. I said, "Oh, is there any way you can help me cool down the bedroom?" I said, because it's really, really hot, and of course I didn't have the server in the room either at the time. They said, yeah, we can put a brick, one of them air bricks in, and I was like, what's that gonna do? And then the guy, he come out, he said, oh, I need a ladder. He said, I ain't climbing up there without a ladder. It's health and safety. I said, what are you, a man or a mouse? So not be rude.
I know everything's that now. It's bloody stupid. Nobody seems to do anything. Like gone are the days where there used to be the dustmans, and they'd have the metal bins, and they'd throw them on the shoulders. No, they've got all things with wheels, and it's too heavy. And it's like, what?
I said, give me a ladder, then give me a freaking jackhammer. I'll do it myself. But I rang them back up. I said that air brake didn't do nothing. Now I have to go out and pay about £300 for aircon last year because how hot it was.
Yeah, we find one side of this house. It's like the back end. It's really, really warm. This end, it's a lot cooler. So I'm like, nope, refuse. I don't even like going in the front room. One, because it just feels a bit weird in there anyway. But two, it gets so warm. And then I throw Simon down there. I'm like, if you want to go on your games, you can piss off down there and you can shout and yell at everything. I don't care. You can do whatever you like. I'm sitting upstairs where it's a lot cooler. I'm not that stupid.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been that bad, but where we moved in, we had a lot of mold problems. So I was like, yeah, just double insulation it. It'd be all right. Yeah, it'd be fine. And they doubled it and then they tripled it. And I was like, mate, what are you doing? Just take out one lot of the insulation was soaking wet and then replace it. It's just like overkill, and then we was feeling the heat before I had the server put in. I was like, oh, the server's gonna make it hot, and then I have to move the bigger server downstairs, but the smaller one didn't give us that much heat, thank God. But it was with the bigger lot when we had it all from like the main gateway. It was like, wow, the sweat was like literally pouring off our head. That's how hot it was.
Actually, I remember the house that I was in. It was a council house, and they were awful as well, because I think it is the material that they use in them houses and even in the windows. And yeah, the mold was awful, really, really awful. I mean, it was black mold, and it doesn't matter how often you went and scrubbed them walls, bleached them Before you knew it, it was back. I was like, well, leave the windows open. It was like, yeah, that really solves everything, you know.
They yeah, they told us to strip the wallpaper down when they handed the keys over. So I stripped it all down. They said, "Oh, we'll come in and coat it." So they coated it, and you could still see it slowly coming through. So it's
Yeah.
like it's still there, but it ain't come through. And then my bedroom got it, and I was like, oh, "God's sake, go away!"
Yeah, because it's not that. It messes up your chest, and then you end up with asthma. So, yeah, it's not good.
So they
And there is an actual thing that I go on. I think it's called, was it Neighborhood? It's something, it's online. And basically, there is a lot of people that are complaining about the councils not doing anything about between the mold and rat and mice problem. And it is a big issue. And it seems to be in all the council and private sector, not private, thingy sectors. What the hell do you call them now? I forgot what they're called now. But, you know, all of them that you got to rent. It's just, it seems to be an awful lot of issues on these estates. It's bad, really bad.
Thing is, the council do nothing now. They don't even go in some areas. They don't even go and let up picking on out, man.
No, they don't do as much as they used to. Because used to, in another house that I lived at, this is actually in Manchester, they actually used to go down the back with the actual machine and clean up all the rubbish. Oldham? Yeah, right. Lazy. They are lazy. So lazy.
All this money goes to pay the top directors. That's where the money goes.
Oh, yeah, and pointless little sculptures. You're looking at this like a bit of metal and you're like, and this cost how much?
It's like that Angel of the North up Moor End in Newcastle. Right, well, that's it's on the gates. As I just before you come to Newcastle, you go towards Bladen Way. But that is it. And I saw, man, loads of people in I've seen all that money just for that. It looks like a bloody aeroplane that's gone wrong upside down. Doesn't look like an angel.
They had something in Manchester, and they actually eventually took it down. And it was near, I think it was City Stadium, and that it cost like millions of pounds. And parts of the structure, it looked really, really stupid. It just looked like a bit of metal with little bits of spikes everywhere. And parts of the metal kept falling down. So obviously it cost more money to come and put it back on. Eventually took it away. And it's like, really? You know, why? It looked awful. It's just, they're like throwing money at rubbish. But then anything that needs sorting out, like, well, what do they do? Little patchwork on potholes.
Oh yeah, they're really annoying.
So,
all they're interested in is fucking immigrants at the moment. That's it.
Oh yes, definitely.
Them I put first before anybody. I've noticed that.
I was actually reading today. Apparently now they're going to try and do bath tax or something daft like that.
Okay.
People that charge more money for people that are having baths, and I'm like, what? You pay for flipping water anyway.
Do you know what they're saying? They're saying it's because the reservoirs are all low up with water. And there's
going to be that much rain. They're talking up. Do you know what? I was actually again. Somebody put a complaint underneath, and they said, "Yeah, they complain about this lack of water, but yet the water board near apparently this person's area took 6 days to come out from a leak that was running down the street." And it's like, well, no flipping wonder then. If they don't get to their rear end and fix it right away, everybody else is getting penalised for it.
I had the same problem. My water bill, my water in the rent. I got a bill for £9,000 odd. I says, I only live in a 2-bedroom flat, man, above the shop. And they went, what? So the bloke, the inspector come up, he says, you know where the meter is? I've been reading the wrong meter. He says, because it's the way they've got the meters right next to each other. He says, oh, hold on a minute, he says. So they've got the workmen to dig it up. There was a big leak on my side of the meter. So the water coming out of the water meter outside was getting thingy, and that's where the water bill. So they deducted it. Like, they said, you want to deduct it? I says, no, I could spend that much money even in a year.
You couldn't do it if you tried. What do you have? Flipping multiple swimming pools out the back?
Must be. But it was a £9,000 bill. I went, what? But they sold it anyway. And they scrapped the bill. They didn't charge us that month. I wonder why.
Yeah. Hell.
So I just read Mick's comment and I was just like laughing.
And which faith doesn't use loo roll and uses what? Yeah, exactly. I know what you mean, Mick. How many times do we find that they put loo roll on the actual toilet seat where they've washed themselves?
Yeah.
Mm.
It won't be long. Everyone have to have a bidet put in. Keep finding them a lot in the Explorers, actually, talking about that. Yeah.
Bidets are not too much of a problem, but no.
It's strange seeing them a lot, and because of course that's the American side, isn't it? Like when I'm going through Explorers and like when I've gone into Mansion, I'm just like, what the hell? Like we don't normally see them over. It's shocking, to be honest. You don't see that. It's only American.
Yeah, that is very, very true, Anthony. Definitely true, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think a small stream of water on your arse is going to get rid of the shit on it anyway. So it's not a very good idea.
I'll just stick to bum wipes. They're better. Much better than toilet roll.
I don't know.
What are you
We've got the problem in the street that we've got people pissing in the streets, and then it smells like piss, and it's wild.
That's
when you walk
nasty.
down the street and you can smell it, and you're just like, really? You've got a house, why don't you just go toilet in the house or getting something? It's just vile.
Yeah, I do know that Simon said, was it a couple of years ago in his work, somebody had actually just come in there, dropped the pants and peed in the middle of the shop.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like, it's disgusting how some people are. It is. It's really nasty.
I mean, this country is not normal.
Wouldn't even dream of doing stuff like that. But then you get all these other idiots that just don't care.
If I'm out and about and I need a wee, I always try and find a tree or something like that.
Oh, there's things you can even get though, because I mean, obviously that's that woman thing. I mean, I know that Melissa's got one, but I've actually got one as well, but I've not bloody used it. It just sits there grabbing dust. But there's things that you can actually carry with you that you can actually pee into, even if you get caught up. But the majority of times we go in flipping restaurants, pubs. There's plenty of places. But, you know, at the end of the day, doing that in public, though, where people have got to bring their young children and stuff, is like...
It's disgusting, I think.
It is. It's nasty. Very, very nasty. Oh, Simon's home. I've just heard him burp in the corridor. I think that was his alarm bell.
Well, I can't get over how many garages you go in. Have you got a toilet? And they're like, no. And it's like, all right, then, well, I'll go and fill up in one that does have a toilet, then bye.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, because obviously you're going to be spending money just to pay for the fuel, and maybe you'll grab a few bits at the same time. So it's obvious you're going to come in and need to go to the bathroom. So if they've not got one, it's just like, right, well, yeah.
And the thing is, around if you go around somewhere around up in the north, if you need a wee and there's a pub open, you can just go in there and they don't mind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, there is a couple of pubs in Newcastle. What we see is, if you want to use the toilet, you have to buy a pint first. Bloody come. All right. So I want you to buy something out of the bar before they let you use the toilet.
Can you do as a drink after you fed the kitties, please?
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm gonna pop off because I'm getting a bit tired. So I'm gonna hit the sack, I think.
Cheers for
No,
coming
well,
in.
I'm not.
All right,
You've been throwing videos here, there, and everywhere, haven't you, Matt?
Yeah. You have fun, and I'll catch you in a bit then.
You take care, dude. I'll catch you later.
Take care,
All the
man.
best, folks. Yeah. Catch you in a bit. Cheers. Bye.
Goodbye.
Cheers, Dave. Bye.
Catch you a bit, mate.
What's that?
Sorry about that. My mum called me and she lost the Fire TV remote, and of course, as you know, Fire Sticks is a bit of a pain. You have to program a new one.
Ooh, sounds nice.
Without a remote, and yeah.
Is it Kiefer? Oh, Kiefer. Kefir.
Yeah.
All right, okay. I was wondering. Yeah, he uses kefir in his smoothies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got oats. It's fermented with oats and stuff.
All right, there you go.
From the Caucasus Mountains originally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What, did you go there personally to find it?
No, I went to Sainsbury's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he does our own smoothies, and sometimes he'll use frozen fruit. In fact, he's used fresh as well.
I put chai seeds in as well.
I see.
Yeah, chai seeds are good for you.
And ground up.
Every time I do it wrong with smoothies. So I don't
Well, he
understand.
does it right, so you can always either me and I'll tell him. It's like, yeah, he's trying to do it.
What we're wrong.
Oh, you know how to do smoothies. He says he botches it up.
You just chuck everything in and blend it up.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
I like
With that kefir or kefir.
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 Kefir Sutherland.
No, I'll give you bloody kefir Sutherland in a minute.
Yeah, I'll tell you, spell it.
Oh, okay.
Can't remember it.
Oh, and I think I threw it in earlier in the chat. It's all right.
Kefir.
Kefir, yeah.
Oh, give me cafe.
It's all right.
Yeah. How much? You meant to put water with it, didn't you? Water smoothies.
No, do you put any water in it?
No.
No.
I'll tell you what I do.
Right, here we go. Right, you need to hide your logo.
I just stand there. The simplest one to do is a blueberry one. I'd take one banana, and then I put in the kefir, just like about half a bottle of it, and then just chuck my blueberries in and just blend it all up.
There you go.
It's easy.
Oh.
And then like anything else you want to put in, you just chuck in as well. Like I like putting in. Sometimes I put in ground up almonds because it's got something in it that helps you feel full.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's always recommended if you want to feel full, you eat a handful or something like 8 in it, small, almonds. Eat them, and that give you the full feeling, and it's natural for you.
Hungry, just have some, and they do actually help.
Right.
Yeah, it's good for you.
And walnuts are good as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you can put any other fruits in you want, like strawberries or whatever, or even like a bit of melon's nice as well.
Yeah, but I prefer. He knows I love blueberries.
Yeah, blueberries.
Oh, no.
I love blueberries.
Yeah,
I don't like grapes and stuff like that and strawberries, but that's it. Don't even like raspberries.
Well, you're a monass, aren't you, Joe?
I like cherries, mind.
I tried the other day and I was like, I read the manuals of the smoothie and it said, put a little bit of water with it. And I think I put too much. I was like,
no, you don't put any in.
No, I don't.
It dilutes it. It makes
it. If you're going to put anything in, you better put in a little bit of milk in. Water's not very good.
Nah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Sorted.
Might have to try that.
Yep. It does taste really, really nice, and it's nice, and it's thick as well. And you're like, oh,
yeah,
really nice. He's done loads of different ones.
Or you can just do one of the big yogurt.
Oh, I like melons.
Or the natural yogurt, Greek yogurt.
Or any kind of big yogurt, one of the big tubs.
Yeah, the Greek
Chuck
yogurt.
that in, just plain. That does as well, good as well.
There you go. Yeah, you can use plain Greek yogurt. Basically it's got all the natural.
Yeah, but Greek's a bit thick. I'd use the runny one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I got the machine and stuff. It's just like, yeah, no.
There you go. Sorted. Okay, feed the cats before they eat you. So there you go. You've had advice now. So give it a whirl.
Yeah.
So yeah, the natural yogurt with no flavors in, sorted. Yeah, Simon's feeding the cats now. B.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah. I know you do.
That'd be interesting. Don't know. I said to Chelsea, might buy I want to buy a Bearded Dragon again, but my mum ain't got the room at the moment. But just want to buy another one. I've had so many Bearded Dragons, but I only got rid of the last one because my mum downsized in the house and we didn't have the room for it.
Yeah, hold on a minute. Yes, please. Yes, please. Sorry, he's asking if I wanted coffee. Yeah. What? We use proper coffee, not that cheap shit. Yeah, fresh coffee. Yeah.
No, I've had too much caffeine today, so I don't think it's the best idea for me drinking any more coffee or anything.
No, because I'm usually, when I feed anything, a lot of it's nocturnal in this house, except for them. They're the day walkers. The Bearded Dragon, she's a day walker, obviously.
Yeah.
The gecko, day walker. These sometimes come out at night, the snakes. I've got 6 snakes in here, so. And I'm picking up another 2 scorpions on Sunday. So I don't know how many I'm up to now. I've got quite a lot. And I'm giving away a lot of hissing cockroaches. I'm trying to get rid of a load. I've got too many. I'm just like, please, just hate them, please. But yeah, other companies will sell for like £2 per roach. And here's me giving them away. I'm like, no, They breed like flipping rabbits. I don't know why they charge that much.
So you could buy the little cage from, can't you, or something? Like breed one of them or something. When I had bearded dragon, says like, "I'll buy a cage. You can breed your own." I was like, "How?"
Yeah, that's why you meant to have a mummy and a daddy. No.
I just know how to feed the bearded dragon and now to do what I need to do with it. But give me something else. It's like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. There's a male and female. Was it rat snakes in here? There's male and a female, and basically, if anything happens, it happens. Simple as that. Because they were both given to me anyway, so I'm like, yay. In fact, they were given to me. Bought the hog nose, bought the corn snake, and both the ball pythons they were given to me as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, £2 per cockroach. Yeah, exactly. And that's for the hissing cockroaches. B. The dubias, I breed them myself. I did start off buying some, but I don't need to. I do buy maybe just one box per year to keep the bloodline going, so it just all mixed together. But it just saves me money going out and buying them because they just charge and charge and charge. Apparently, like a small box, they're charging like, I don't know, £8-9. I don't know. But I've got 4 boxes of them. And to stop them escaping out of the boxes, you just put Vaseline around the top and that's it. They don't get out. You start learning tricks. It's like, yeah, you stay where they are. But anything that goes running in this room, the beardie, she sees it and eats it. So they don't get far. I've seen her a few times. Something's escaped and she sat there and waited. Then a little while later, it's like, you waited, didn't you? And you got it, didn't you?
When I had my bearded dragon, I bought the worst cage because, of course, I didn't realize that, like, certain cages are not the best. And I bought one with a hole on the side, so you had arrows on the side. And every time I was feeding the worms, they were jumping out. I didn't realize. I was finding them. I was like, oh no, what have I done? And my mum was like, oh, you better sort that out. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, like that. And I was picking them up. You see them halfway down the freaking room, moving along.
What, wax worms or mealworms?
Mealworms, I think it was at the time.
Oh god, yeah, she has she has locusts. So I just throw them and she just goes chasing. And then when I get the feeders from Pet Shop, she likes being there when I'm sorting them out because she knows it's going to be escapees because then she goes and chases them down and eats them. So it's fine. Yeah. So she has fun. It's quite funny.
I do miss having bearded dragon. It used to be pretty fun, to be honest. I do miss it.
Yeah, they are funny. They are so funny. And a few times, like when one goes in front of me, I'm shouting her name. That's why, I mean, she was given to me as well. So I didn't call her Forrest. Somebody else would call her Forrest, but she knows her name. So I'm there, Forrest, come here, quick. And she runs over. So she knows her name.
Fair play.
So it is pretty hilarious.
So I went to a house in Bristol, and the woman was like, "Oh, John, have you ever seen a bearded dragon so long?" I was like, "No." And she gave it to me. She went, "Put your 2 hands together," and the bearded dragon was covered my whole hand. I was like, "Why is it so big?" She went, "Oh, I've been feeding it well." I was like, I was a bit shocked. I was like, she was like, "That's not fully grown, by the way." I was like, "Really?"
Oh,
that's massive. It was like it was like nearly like big, and maybe put 3 hands together. I reckon eventually it would have been that big, but I was a bit shocked. I didn't even know where to put myself. I was like, whoa. It's massive. Yeah. And then they brought another one down there, and she went, "Oh, you can hold this one as well." I was just like, wow.
They're pretty easy going. The gecko took her about 6 months to a year before she started coming over. I just put my hand in front and she just walks onto it now. So so we got her from when she was a baby. She was about 3 months old when I got her. So she has grown and she's definitely done really well.
Yeah.
My cousin Go on, sorry.
Go on. Yeah, go on, carry on.
No. Go on, you go first.
I'm going to drop down, guys.
Right, okay, Joe. You take care, dude.
Thanks for letting us up to you. Yeah, keep up the good stuff. Take care, Janty.
Yeah, you take care as well, mate. Catch you later.
Buddy. No matter what you're doing, chat.
Take care,
buddy. Bye for now.
Bye. Yeah, my cousin had one, and he was like, "Oh, I wouldn't put your hand in the cage. She'll go through." And I was like, I put my hand in the cage with bearded dragon. Oh, her beard went black. I was like, "Uh-oh."
Somebody's not happy.
Yeah, I still managed to pick it up though. It was a bit like, you said you're brave. I was like, well, it's got to be done.
Why would they be like that? I've never known a bearded dragon to be like that. They've got
Same
they sorry, say that again.
here. I've never known that either. It's a bit.
Yeah. So, everything takes time. As long as you sit there, talk to them and everything and build up trust, they do eventually come to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had in the past, years and years ago, I used to have things like a lovebird. I had lovebirds. Well, a lovebird, because my mum at the time, she used to have them in the back garden in a big aviary. And I think this one was on its own, because I think all the babies had gone. And she's like, well, this is on its own. You've got to spend time because they're meant to come in pairs. And it's like every single day I sat and talked to that bird and put my hand in front of it to gain its trust. And eventually it would do things like jump onto my hand, jump onto my shoulder. I'd let it out. It would fly to me, get on. You spend so much time. You do build up that trust. I mean, that's the same for any animal, really.
That's true. That is true. Don't know. I do. Of course, I did have a dog before she got really ill. I had to put her down. And, I do miss to go for little walks with the dog, but
it gets you talking to people as well when you take dogs out, because you always get somebody that's coming over and they'll start asking you questions, or you can do the same. It's like, oh, where did you get that from? And oh, what breed is that? So it's sometimes it can start a good conversation with somebody.
yeah, it's like people around here, they used to, like, when I was walking the dog, they used to be like not thinking and jump out on it. I'm just like, yeah, I wouldn't do that. It's not the best option.
Yeah, no, not with dogs. You don't do that.
No.
It's like the only thing that used to around me, and I mean, I don't do it, but I've seen other people, and it's like, right, somebody's got a dog. You don't go up and start touching to it. You ask the owner first. Not everybody does that. And it's like, well, what if the dog turns around and bites you? Is the owner in trouble? No, not really, because you shouldn't go around touching other people's dogs, especially if it's on a lead.
That's true.
It's just, some people just do not think. It's just really silly.
It is, to be honestly, like, it's crazy how people do it. Like, they used to jump out and the woman was like, oh, your dog's like vicious. I said, no, you're jumping out on her. I said, not if I can't. You expect to jump out on the dog, you expect to get at least
exactly. I'm sorry, don't do that. You're surprising an animal's going to react. They're not going to expect it. We see it as funny, but they don't. They're like, whoa, they're going to protect themselves and they protect their owner.
Not when she's like from a dog rescue as well, and she hasn't had a good bring up either. That's the worst ones to do it with.
Yeah, exactly. Because then if you're trying to build up trust as well, and you don't know what they've been through.
Yeah. When my mum moved here, I dropped the lead for the dog, and the dog was just looking at me like, right, are you gonna pick that up? I'm not walking on my own. I was like, thinking, well, normally I wouldn't drop the lead, but I thought I'll try it for her, and I dropped the lead, and where she used to run off. We used to live down this area, and then we moved back, and then she used to run off, run the block, and then I dropped the lead where she got older, and she just looked at me like, why are you dropping the lead? And just like, I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm gonna try and trust you not to run off this time, and then I managed to do it for a while, and then she was walking back on her own, so that was a bit.
That's cool.
It's handy to.
Yeah, you do get dogs like that. So, I mean, my mum's had dogs for years. I mean, obviously when I lived at home, there was always dogs then, but I moved out and we did have a dog temporarily, but I had to give it up because my children just would not leave it alone. When I was trying to house train it, next minute it was like, but the dog was lonely. It's like, yeah, and look, it peed all over the flipping carpet now, How can you teach them to go and pee on paper when you're letting them here, there, and everywhere? And in the end, it's like, the dog had its jabs, and I gave it away to somebody. I'm like, no, I can't do this. If the kids constantly are not listening to me, because I had like 5 kids on my own at home, and it's like, no, we can't keep with this.
Yeah. Very awkward.
But my mum, the dog she's got now, what the fudge do they call it now? It's a jug. So basically was it a pug and a Jack Russell?
Yeah.
If I remember right, yeah. So that dog's spoiled. It's funny though. She's called him Scooby because Scooby Doo. So that's it. He's a right baby. He just follows
Yeah.
her everywhere.
Oh.
Just funny. But before that, she had big dogs. She had mastiffs. So she had a last one was a female. The one before that was a male. At the back, we've had when I lived at home, there were German shepherds and
Cool.
the joys.
Yeah. My mum had Jack Russells, and then I bought another Jack Russell, and he never got the dog back. But that's a sticky situation.
Oh dear. Oh dear, dear.
Yeah, that dog stole my name as well. Actually, talking about that, I got to get hold of them and get that chip changed.
Mm.
Yeah, you know how that goes when you don't change the chip and something falls on your head. It's a bit.
Yeah, you do.
You try and find the paper, let them know that who's got it, and then try and get them to deal with it because the police didn't want to get involved when I tried getting the dog back.
Oh no, they're useless. That's why.
Yeah, they said I'll go civil, and I was like, no, I can't be asked for that shit. You ain't
Yeah.
gonna get nowhere.
Oh dear.
Mm.
So you hit 1K, dude. Yay. Yeah, you definitely gotta get your hours now. Do more lives.
Yeah, gotta get the watch hours up now. I'm on 2,000. I got 2,000 left, to be honest. But
I actually had my hours before I hit 1K. It was quite funny because I was always doing lives and going on lives, and
yeah,
so it's just everything's just I don't know. At first, things just went really, really fast, and then it just slows down. And then it's like, well, okay, I'm stuck. So some people hit it and some people don't. It's just a hit and miss, really.
yeah. I don't know. I had copywriting strikes for a while when 2020. I started up in lockdown, and I think I had copywriting strikes for 3 years, so I couldn't even get new watch hours
Jeez.
because I didn't realize that you weren't allowed to use music what you're not meant to.
Yeah, that's why you've got the free ones on YouTube. But sometimes you even have to be careful with that. Best thing to do is just write underneath, where it's from and all that. Just back yourself up.
I use the studio because, of course, the studio gives you free sounds, and I'm there just like,
Yes,
oh,
that's
I'll
what.
use that
Yeah, the
instead.
studio ones.
Yeah,
Definitely.
on TikTok, it's different over again. Like they don't care. And it's like, yeah, use whatever you want, and then I don't know.
At the moment on TikTok, we found this AI thing, and you can actually do it with where the animals are doing or anything. You can manipulate it. So we've got one of my cats. She actually stands up and starts dancing. I'm like, that's funny. Okay, that's the latest one that's going on soon. I got the one with the duck. Some ducks all getting up and dancing. I'm like, and obviously I have the music in the background. It's hilarious. There's a few of them I've got on. So I've shown Simon, and Simon's like, oh, I'm like, oh dear, what have I done?
I made a AI of Mick blowing up as a balloon. I've got that. I still got that saved somewhere, but I was looking
Oh
mental.
dear. Oh,
It's
that's
just there standing there normally, and then he blows up like a balloon.
Oh dear, that's funny. Very
We
funny.
use all the Family Guy ones and just wind each other up, really.
Yeah, of course.
Have a bit of banter. Why not?
Oh, I've got to give somebody some water because she's run out. This miserable git. Well, she's not really miserable. That one doesn't like me. That's it. But this one, she just, is she in bed? Yeah, she's in bed. Yeah, she is. Yay. Like they're just the more dramatic is hog noses. It's just like hissing all the time. But funny thing about them is they pretend they're dead. They actually roll. They can get dramatic and roll on the back and wriggle around a bit, and then next minute the tongue can loll out, and it's a defense thing, but it's quite funny to see. I've not seen her do it yet, but I have heard about it. But that's one of the things that they do is hog noses.
I heard, what usually is it? I was watching something through TikTok the other day, and they said one of the animals is a small one, and they said they go in the deep sleep. I can't remember if it's a hamster or something. They
Yeah,
go
be a hamster, because I've heard of people thinking they've died and then got rid of them. I've heard of that.
I read
And
that
they
a
do
lot.
go into, yeah, you have to be careful. Sometimes you can tell. I mean, I've got the deaf feign beetles, and they can do it up to about 14 hours.
Oh shit.
Basically, you'll touch them, and they'll actually put the legs in and stop moving, and they'll probably just fall on the backs, and that's it. You think they're dead, and they're not.
Oh.
So you leave them for a while, several hours later, and they're walking around like as if nothing's happened. And I've even had, not one of these, but I had one of my mantises do it as well. I mean, she was all right, but then one day she decided, I know, I'm going to fake being dead, drops on the floor. I'm like, get up. I know you're not dead. Just get up. And the next minute she was back up again. It's like, for God's sake. So dramatic.
That's mad.
It is funny. But
Yeah.
it's a defense mechanism, isn't it, really? It's basically what's already built into them.
And protecting herself. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shoot off anyway, and catch everyone later. And, thank everyone for coming into the live. And
yeah, you're gonna have a scheduled day, or you're just gonna do it sporadically over a different day.
Test run today. I was like, oh, I'll do a test run for the 1K, and then probably work it out from there, and then go from there. Really.
Yeah. Just don't do a Saturday. It seems everybody does a Saturday. I avoid it now because I know everybody seems to do it, and it's like, nope. Saturday seems to be the day that everybody goes live, so it's hit or miss.
Yeah, but yeah, catch everyone later, and thank you for coming in.
Thank you,
Bye.
people. Catch you all
Bye.
later.
Catch you
Bye.
later. Bye.